Do 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 do. Evening, people. Apologies, it's really late. I've had a pretty chilled day today, and I know a lot of you'll say, "Well, you always have a chilled day," but I've had a telly-marathon day today. Oh. Good evening, Lance. How are you? As you're the first in the room commenting, can you just comment if the audio is fine if you're able to? Obviously, I know some of you guys sit in bed with the wife at the side of you, so you've got headphones in or you've got audio off or some things like that. Good evening, Carl. I will lay the apologies down, as I've just said. Apologies for being late. I've had a bit of a chilled day. I've watched I think I've watched 7 episodes of Riviera to finish it today. What a series. Loved it. Bit slow, if you guys know. I would actually call it a bit of a chick flick, but I highly recommend it. There is a bit of gruesome shooting and shit in it, but it's got a great storyline set on the French Riviera. If you've got a problem with rich people living the high life, then I'd stay away from it. But because it really is the high life, but it's a real classic story. And one I did actually get the protagonist quite early in the series, but I mostly fucking do that anyway. You guys who regularly listen to my show know that anyway. I've played me some Switch today, and anybody who doesn't follow me on Twitter, or anybody that does, will have seen that I have played some me Switch for the first time in ages. I got the fantastic game Oceanhorn sent me for review today. It arrived so late. In fact, it arrived in my inbox today with an apology, and when I saw it, I'd actually forgot that I'd asked for one, because I think it was actually about a month ago. But I think it's actually only just out yesterday, 22nd, is it? Or is that today? I'm not even sure. But if you've not played Oceanhorn, guys, it's a fantastic... The best way I can describe it, a couple of people have asked me privately on Twitter this afternoon. It's a poor man's Zelda. And I don't mean that like derogatory, but I mean a poor man's Zelda, because if you love the old style Zeldas back in the day, but it's on a 3D isometric, similar to Diablo isometric, but don't be put off if it's not your thing, because it's a really nice little game. It's on all formats. I think it's even on iOS. And it's great. It's arrived on the Switch, and I must admit, the Switch is pretty perfect for it as well. So anyway, I'm going to have one game of Major League Baseball. If you've got any questions about... Now, I had planned to sit here and give you a 5-minute, 10-minute quick talk through for any UK watchers, listeners that have no fucking clue about baseball. I'm a massive American sports fan. I've followed American football since 1981, avidly. I have merchandise, I've watched games religiously, absolutely love it. One of my favourite sports ever. Now, Major League Baseball is the same, however, I'll admit in the last few years it's gone on a bit of a dive ever since Channel 5 lost the rights to it, and it's more difficult to get to watch it. But when Channel 5 did have the rights to Major League Baseball, I watched every single game that they showed live at about 4 a.m. in the morning. So I was going to sit here for about 10 minutes and give you a very, very quick, simple... And I knew we were going to get comments like that, Carl. I was going to say, I was going to be the first to say it. But the reason I was going to do it, but I may just leave it to why I'm playing and explain it as I'm playing. The reason I was going to do it is because I get the same questions when I talk about American football than I do when I talk about Major League Baseball. And one of the most overriding things I get said to me by friends, family, people online when I talk about it, it's the most said thing ever, and it counts to both sports. I don't understand it. I'm going to tell you now, from an Englishman's point of view, these two games are probably the simplest sports in the fucking world on a rules game format. It is fucking simple. Major League Baseball is quite simply this. There are two teams. When you see the scorecards that you will have seen, 9 numbers across the top. It basically means, and I'm going to talk on cricket terms. Apologies if there's any US listeners in here, but this is for a UK audience, obviously. I'm going to talk on a cricket kind of terms that you may understand if you don't understand this at all. So you will have all seen the MLB card, and you'll see it on here, and it's got a row of numbers 9 with 2 boxes above each other on each row. That basically is 9 innings. So your two teams are going to bat 9 times, unless there's a draw. Again, pretty simple terms. If it's a draw, we get extra time. First team to score wins, but we won't come to that. So we all get 9 innings. So basically, you're going to get a team that bats and a team that bowls. And I'm talking in English terms. If you're the bowling side, you start the game bowling to the opposition in the first innings. You have to get 3 people out. If you don't get 3 people out, they can bat all fucking day, all night, all week, all year if they want to. Until you get 3 of them out, you'll bowl all day. Once you have 3 of them out, it swapses. The team that was batting bowls, the bowling team bats. Exactly the same principle. You've got to get 3 of them out. Once you get 3 out, that means both of you's batted in number 1. We move to the second innings. Okay? Simple so far. As for scoring, it is basically like rounders. If you belt it over the fence, you get a run. If there's people on base, if I then belt it over the fence, everybody gets a run. But you can run them in just like rounders, you know what I mean? Like, just one at a time, basically. Most professional baseball games, I know that people think, oh my God, I'm going to belt it over the fence, home run, woohoo-hoo. It's not played like that. It's a very, very tactical game. Good batters come in and plan to get men on base, because if there's men on base, you cause panic in the field inside, and you cause a bit of pressure. And it's all just about getting runs in. Now, I'll mention a few things that you may see on the thing. Now, I will say about my gameplay. I played it for about an hour and a half yesterday. I had 1 full innings of 9. It's got one of the best tutorials I've ever seen on any sports game ever. You guys know I don't play British sports games at all. I'm not into playing football on these things. I don't like it. But I'm going to say this now. I haven't seen a more fantastic introduction to a tutorial of any sports game ever. The game starts with a tutorial before you go any further, especially if you say you're a beginner. It will even come up and show you 3 types of way to bat with 3 control systems. It lets you try every one. And I recommend, if you did get this game because it's on cheap sales at the minute, try them all. That's what they're there for. Try them. If you like them, pick it. Once you've done that, it does the bowling. Or pitching, as we call it on MLB. So it does exactly the same. It gives you 3 ways to pitch. I've chose the ones I'm more comfortable with. I am going to mention about fielding. I think if I'm playing just a normal game, fielding doesn't come into it. But after I'd played the 9 in, basic fielding does, like catching and throwing to the bases. You may see a few mistakes by me. I do understand what I've got to do, but because I'm learning the nuances of the game and the control system, my brain doesn't react fast enough. Because I'll tell you one thing that you'll see a lot of in baseball. You'll see what's called a double play. You'll hear the commentators scream double play more than probably anything else in the game. And basically what that is, 70 to 80% of people batting, the good batters, will end up on first base. Because there's a thing that you must know also. If you hit the ball in play, and that's the lines out to the side of your forward, you hit the ball in play, you have to fucking run. You can't like go, oops, it's only gone too far. I'll stay. No, you hit it in play, you've got to fucking leg it. And if there's men on base, they've also got to leg it, because there can't be more than 1 man on base. So that's kind of where confusion comes in, which you're trying to create. But the double play is this. There will be people on first base a hell of a lot. So you'll probably see when they drop it into the infield, which is the very small infield diamond. Fielders will run to the ball. Now, don't forget, if you've hit the ball, you have to run. So the man on first base has got to start going to second. The man on home has got to go running to first because he's hit it. Now, the double play will happen because the fielder will run to the ball, immediately throw to second base, which gets that man out, but then the man on base will instantly throw to first base, so they get 2 out at once. Double play. When you do that actually playing in the field, and I've managed to do it twice, it is a fantastic feeling. Because the control system is brilliant. Because when you run to the ball, you press and hold. Now, as you're facing forward, imagine your 3 buttons on your controller. Circle, triangle, square. That is the diamond in front of you. So whichever base plate you want to throw to, that's the button you press. It's so simplistic. But say I'm going for a double play. I'll hit the ball on the floor, so I'll run to it as a fielder, but as I'm running to the ball, I press and hold triangle, because that's the base I want to throw at, and there's a needle, and there's a green bit. As soon as it's in the middle, you let go of your triangle, he'll throw it, but as he's throwing it, you then press and hold circle, and do the same, because you want it to do its thing. So there you go. You're going to start career mode once you get the controls down. I have started career mode, Alan. I played an hour, I had 1 game of this, after the tutorial, and I played about 45 minutes of the career mode, got drafted, playing for the Houston Astros. I played 1 couple of mini games out of season, but we'll just play this now, because it's a bit late tonight, because I've started late. We'll probably just get through this 1 game, so let's get on it. And like I say, if you see any questions, bang them on, but it's really cool. And don't forget, I've only played like an hour. Select player, player card, enable player lock, quick menu. I might have gone. Where do I advances? The controls are crazy. Advance. So I want to advance. Yeah, go on then. Have I got to click ready? Ah, player ready. Got it. Select player, back, player card, quick menu. Why is it not picking the team form? Oh, I know what I've not done. Might have to back up. Give me a minute, guys. I might not have picked the computer to play. Well, that should be automatic, shouldn't it? Wait a minute. Beginner. Yep. Okay. Does it not automatically pick? Because what happened last night when I started this, it took you straight from the tutorial straight into a game. So I've not actually been into this for the first game. So Alan, if I'm doing something a bit wrong, but surely select advance, select uniform, home. So we then go advance. Went on every. Oh right, okay. We don't want to do that. Can't we just? Okay. Advance. So the Yankees are ready. How do I select player card, enable player lock? How do I say I'm ready? Because I don't want to select player. I just want to get going. Quick menu, is that going to make me go? Now back up. Select player, back, player card, enable player lock. I'm missing it on this screen, surely. I mean, this should not be this hard to just get started. This can't be that hard, Alan, surely. Oh, wait. I think I know what I'm doing, he says. I haven't got to just start the team, have I? I've got it. Press options. Forget it. Forget it. Forget it. It's that deep. Fucking crazy. And am I right in saying, Alan, by the way, I've seen this stuff about cards. Like the FIFA thing. Is there one of them in this? Because I'd like to play that as well. That sounds pretty interesting. I think I've seen where it says if you get so much... If you play it every day...
Daytime baseball.
Well, I'm going to turn the audio down.
Network.
Wait a minute, guys. I'm a bet no chance getting in the options, have I? Oh, we are. Just going to turn the main audio down because it's really loud. And it's not going to let me in this part, is it? Is it? Batting, pitching, fielding, general. Nope. That's just gameplay. Gameplay options, sliders, team select stats, game recap, controls and strategy. Sorry guys, we'll get going in a minute. It's not going to let me.
Today we've got a good matchup in store between the New York Yankees and the Chicago Cubs.
By the way, it looks stunning. And I've only just gone into the menus before I started the stream. And actually, I could change to HDR mode. HDR mode's not on by default. Might take me about 10-15 minutes to get back into it, guys, but bear with. Here we go. And the Cubs, by the way, obviously.
5-pitch repertoire that he has that gives him a lot of options for both righties and lefties. And if he's on, he can be really tough to hit.
Here's Brett Gardner now, and we are ready for some daytime baseball. Sends that one out of play for strike one. The windup and the 0-1. Next pitch, chopped foul right at home plate, and he's behind 0-2 now.
He's right on that breaking ball. That's pretty good timing right there, especially following up after a fastball.
Had him off balance a bit as this is skied into short left center. And it was sinking on him a bit, but he's able to run it down anyway for the first down. With that, here's a look at the Yankees starting lineup. Danny, any thoughts?
Production values on this is fantastic, by the way. You've heard me say it on the show before. This is like no other.
Pressure of the big moment get to him. I love watching this.
Put it this way, if I can play, if I like this as a sport to play on here, you know it's got to be good, and it is fucking brilliant.
He plays like the Zen man.
The blue areas you see on this box are the cold spots the batter's not very good at, he says. That's gone. That's gone. That's gone. Boom. Fucking hell, that's a shit start. That cold spot didn't work then, did it? That is a poor start, I'm telling you.
The Yankees will grab a 1-0 lead.
How good does this look, though? Fucking hell, it looks amazing.
That home run is definitely worth giving the show track treatment to.
And just look at this. Watch this.
An impressive distance
it's
shot,
just
110 miles an hour exit velocity is nothing to scoff
I don't think I've ever seen a sport
home run
on a computer game that is like watching TV. And I actually said on Twitter when this was released last year, earlier in the year, I said that when I first saw the video to this, I actually thought that it was a real game.
Holiday standing in now. He'll swing and lift
Jesus.
The ball foul off to the left.
Foul ball.
Play. Now Lester's 0-1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
If you foul the ball like as a batsman, it counts as 2 strikes as well.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Another one sent foul.
Until you get to the last one. Probably shouldn't do another fastball. This is a bad move.
Here's another 0-2.
Bad move, this. Oh no, get out of there.
Swings and misses
Boom.
for the second out of the inning.
2 outs. Need one more out to get batted.
Pitching is all about mixing pitches and location.
Get this.
But he threw that all out the window to get that strikeout. He offered the same pitch 3 times in a row, so I guess he sort of used that reverse psychology to outthink his opponent.
Here's Starlin Castro. As Lester jumps ahead of him here with strike 1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Saws him off here as this ball's popped into the air.
Broke his bat.
And this is going to wind up a foul ball.
That broke his bat.
Show him the curveball and then try to sneak that low 90s fastball by him. It's going to look faster coming off those breaking pitches.
Hit on the ground to third. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired.
Boom. Bit of cool fielding, but you saw that when I held the circle, because obviously that's first base, so I held the circle. As soon as it was in the middle, I let go, and it's done automatically after that. It's my turn to bat.
Masahiro Tanaka is ready to go as he'll be on the mound for the Yanks.
Oh, isn't he one of the best pitchers in the game? I think his face is on the fucking cover.
Just a little over 3 last season.
I think he's one of the... And as for batting, you've got 3 buttons: square, cross, and circle. It's amazing, Lance, I'm telling you.
Number 8 is at the plate now, and he takes a cold strike. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Strike 2 at a pitch that catches the outside corner.
He's really put himself now in a position where he's got to battle. Took the first 2 strikes, didn't swing, and now you just grind out the AB.
A leaping try, but it's out of his reach and into the outfield.
Also for running, L1 makes them go again, R1 makes them run back. Look at the replays on this. Fuck. Ready? Bang!
Here's Chris Bryant.
Now we've got a man on base, you see. This is where tactics come in. It doesn't pay to swing like a lunatic, so we're trying to advance that man to second base. So this is where it becomes a tactical game where Brits don't really get. They just think it's swing the fucking thing like rounders, but it's not.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. And Gardner there to put it away for the first out.
Because he's out, he has to go back to first base as well. I thought that was out of the ground, by the way. I felt that. That was unlucky.
HR, how do they send their fan base home happy here today?
Now you see I've got 2 outs, you see, so again this is where tactics come into play. I've got 2 out, got to play it safe, or I could think, fuck it, let's go for it.
Try to get right back in the game.
It's how you want to play it.
And play the whole 9 innings. You can't just play part of the game, play the whole game.
From the stretch. Sent on the
Bad ball. That, you see, double play there, look. That was shit batting by me because I aimed it that way, and obviously you don't want the ball in the right side of field because they're going to get a double play, look. 1, whoosh, 2, wang. That was shit by me. I should have aimed things for left field. That was poor batting. I don't think I've seen a button, Lance, in the tutorials at all. I've not found the button at all.
Swing and a little tapper. That winds up foul. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good fastball.
Is it triangle, Mark? I might just give that a go next time then, just as a test.
Yeah, and they set him up with that curveball.
Have we got any Americans listening this evening? Because I do feel a bit bad if Americans are listening, because obviously it's your game.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Grounded to third. Bryant's got it.
Whoosh.
Throw to first will be in time, and there's 1 gone here to start the second.
Let's take a look at the Cubbies defensively, brought to you by Majestic. In this day and age, when teams are moving all over the place playing the shift, these guys are old school, very traditional. You don't see the shift applied very often.
Tomorrow night, try a night game for us. Yeah, sorry, yeah. Like I say, I've just pressed go, so. Because I'm actually streaming very late as well, so I just wanted to get 1 full game of this in before.
Into the windup and the pitch. Takes a curveball right on the corner.
Well, they got to him in the first inning, which is huge, but he looks a lot more settled into this ball.
The one thing I'm not too up on at the minute, because I've not followed baseball for at least 2 or 3 years. I'm not up on the players, obviously, and I'm not up on the kind of stats that I need to be looking at for the people coming in and when they're coming in and stuff. Because obviously you get the best batters coming in first and you get the shit ones at the end. It's just, you know what I mean? And I don't quite get the stats as well on the actual
into
pitching.
The windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Grounded up the first baseline.
It's gone.
This
Foul ball.
Foul, still 0-2.
You can play multiplayer, I think. There's online play, definitely.
Now another 0-2. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And this will not be caught. It's a foul ball.
I am going to try giving him a fastball outside the box. Let's see what I can see if I can trick him out the box. Put it in the middle. Let's see if you're going to swing at that one.
Another 0-2 coming. A great pitch there as he couldn't get extended on that one, and he's down on strikes for the second out.
Done ya. Done ya. Fucking done ya.
Pretty evident by the swing. Sometimes guys get in that protect mode so much that they're swinging at everything that they see, and they end up offering at pitches
that was a good pitch. That was. You see, I don't have to always put it in that box. And when you see the red and blue bits, the red bits are where the batter's hot, which means basically don't fucking put it there. But last time I tried a cold pot, the twat hit it out the fucking ground, didn't he?
Here's Didi Gregorius. Fouled straight back. Chop fouled over towards the coaching box.
Boom.
Yankees lead this 1-0 here in inning number 2. Lifted down the line in right and back out of play. Count holds it 0-2.
He's just fouling him off till he gets something he wants to hit.
And this is pop foul, but perhaps playable behind first. And that's going to land foul.
I've turned the actual music off in the game. There's some brilliant music in the game, but obviously took it off for copyright shit.
Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive.
If he keeps fouling the ball, baseball, the game of kings, the olden days used to compress roll of balls here for the ball players. It's Mr. Freeze with the stats again. Behave tonight, you as well. That's a wrong move, I think.
0-2.
That's a bad one. Told you.
And here's a ball hit in the air. Bryant
what a
ranging
catch.
into the outfield.
Come
he
on.
makes the catch. What a play on the run to end the inning.
You also get an XP
1,
as
2,
well.
3 go the Bombers. And after an inning and a half, it's 1-0. Here's Ben Zobrist now. In past meetings with Tanaka, 0 for 7.
Second baseman, Ben Zobrist.
Now here's the pitch. Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out.
I would not sit there in a crowd for fucking free tickets.
Set to deliver the 0-1. Swung on and missed. Outclassed by that fastball
That
for a
was
strike.
late.
Just getting blown away so far. No reason to throw anything else to speed up his bat. Just stay right there.
Here's the 0-2. And he got him.
No, fucking shit. I'm sure you'll go on Wiki or Google, Mr. Freeze, for everything we're playing.
Fielder, Jason Hayward.
First delivery to him on the way. A fastball right down the middle for a strike. And set up behind the dish is Clyde Washington, as you see the rest of our umpiring crew there.
Yeah, Matt, Clyde's known for that low strike, man. Sometimes maybe even a tad bit low on the knees. But as a hitter, if you know what he's going to call, it's okay. You can respect that. Just be consistent, Clyde.
Stop hitting it to right field, you prick.
Second. Throw gets him, 2 down.
Hey, Rickster, how's the lad? Did he break his off? You never answered me, mate, today. I've literally been on about, well, look at the time, I've been on half an hour, mate. This is brilliant, this game is. I played it for about an hour and a half. I'll talk to you tomorrow if you get a chance. Without a shadow of a doubt, mate. It's one of the best sports games I've ever played. It's so intuitive and for beginners.
High fly
Go.
ball out to straightaway center.
No,
After
fuck
it is
off.
Hicks.
That's
And
it.
that
He's
retires
gone.
the side. Chase Headley will be the one to start.
I need to get some runners on base. I'm trying to hit it out the park. Look at this fucker.
It's a great day for baseball here in Chicago as we welcome you
this
back
has
to
got to be
MLB
the best produced
Field.
sports game ever.
Here's Chase Headley. He'll step into
and this is 20 quid at the minute, guys, on the store. It's a fucking steal. And believe you me, the tutorial at the start is for beginners that have never touched the game. It is so easy to get into. You know the old saying, easy to play, difficult to master?
Sinker to open
fucking
the
really is.
Strike one.
And Ricky, you missed the beginning, mate, and if you're not going to go back, there's tutorials at the beginning give you 3 choices of controls for both batting and fielding, and it's just fucking brilliant, man. Let's see if you'll chase that one.
Here comes the 0-1. Popped up. Zobrist is there for it, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
That's exactly what they wanted 19. Out of that pitch up in the zone. They took him up the ladder, and he couldn't.
Well, he's the pitcher, so he's going to be shit at batting, he says.
Well executed pitch there.
Look at his zone. He's good. This should be the easiest. He says, famous last words.
Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. The windup and the 0-1. Couldn't wait back. A swing and a miss. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And that one stayed too low, apparently.
Fucking no
Finally,
way.
A take. No, seriously. That's the first pitch they've taken the entire game.
1-2. Here it comes. And they'll try to get him fishing there.
This will be the best multiplayer game we could play together. Because it's not fast-paced. You could chat. It's just fucking dead easy to play. Mate, the shit you buy, it's worth 20 quid. Believe me, the crap you buy, it's worth 20 quid.
He's
out of here. You're out of here. You are.
The left fielder, number 11.
Now I think the best batsman comes in, is it?
Again, Brett Gardner, 0 for 1 here in the early going.
Oh. Let's test him.
Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
We're seeing him in an absolute groove out there in the mound right now. Retired 7 straight, and mechanically, he looks really consistent and fluid to me.
2 out, nobody on.
Oh, that's a bad pitch. Swing at it, boy. He has done.
To make contact on that one as it's chopped foul. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Again, he sends it out of play.
Trying something. Try and see if he's going to chase one. Chase that.
0-2.
He has
and
done.
He swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Here's another 0-2. And a sinker there. Swung on and missed for out number 3.
I wish we'd... Mate, stop wasting your time asking for subs. Just go away. Yeah, Eric, we've got a proper American in now. Now I'm panicking.
So digging in now, Kyle Schwarber. He'll be the one to lead off against Masahiro Tanaka.
Kyle Schwarber.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Squared that one up just a little late. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Takes a look at a fastball down the middle for strike number 2. Two quick strikes, and now the 0-2. A swing, and this ball is blasted to right field. Nothing's going to keep this one in the ballpark. And it's gone into the bleachers.
Boom! Fuck Yay!
A solo shot here to straightaway right field. And the Cubs
and
are
the
back
game
to
is
even now
tied.
with 1 run apiece.
455 feet. He got man at match yesterday, that lad. He's the main man.
I'm sure you know what's coming after that.
Look at this.
That's right. Let's check
Boom.
it out on show track. And as the numbers come in, we see it was projected at over
Look at
450
that.
feet. An incredible home run to watch.
Boom. Oh, yeah. That had gone.
Batting 8.
Here's Addison
The
Russell.
shortstop, Addison Russell.
Pitch swung on and hit in the air.
No, he's gone. He's out.
Here's
Boom.
Hicks to put it away, and that's out number 1.
Batting 9. Pitcher.
Stepping into the box, John Lester. 1 run in.
What do
and
the
1
averages
gone
mean,
so
Eric?
far
You know
this
the
inning.
numbers at the start. What? That's the only thing I'm not quite, you know, because we're getting to the deep
Into
shit
the
there.
windup and the pitch. Ball hit high and foul down
I
the
think
left
you'll
field
kick
line.
my
It's
ass, but we
strike
can have a game when I've got a bit better at it. I'm literally like an hour and a
Here's
half
the
of
0-1
gameplay.
pitch. Ball line foul as that'll get over the Cubs dugout.
Mate, this is one of the best sports games on the systems.
Back up the middle.
That's a cracker.
And the pitcher's got himself a base hit.
God, he was
So
the
lineup
pitcher as
card
well.
turns over
Holy
with 1
shit.
away following the base
That's
hit
as
out of the
rare as
pitcher's
rocking or
spot.
shit, by the way, guys. Pitchers getting a hit. Believe me, pitchers don't hit the ball. It's basically like the lead number 11 at cricket.
This is how you do it, guys.
That's what he was like. So we should have now the best player up, I think, if I'm not mistaken, because I think that's the way it works its way round. So now we don't hit to right
Into the
field.
box now, number 8, as he swings and
That
grounds it
was
toward the
perfect.
hole. And just past his outstretched glove into left, a base hit.
Got the ground ball he's looking for right there.
That was perfect, because you see, I've got my man on first, so I'm hitting to left field, through the gap. We now got 2 on. Yo, see, Schwarber, who got your home run, actually got sent a triple A because he's only batting 170.
Ready for another chance.
So basically, triple A is like the next
0 for 1 for him here in
next
this one.
crappy league down, like the reserves in our football. You see, now I could go for it now, or I could load the bases up. I've got to concentrate a minute now.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Swing, and there it goes. Deep to left. No chance at bringing this one back. And bye-bye. That one's gone into the bleachers.
Boom. Fucking
So a 3-run
boom.
blast is straight away left.
3
and the
runs,
Cubs
boys.
have taken a 4-1 lead.
Fucking boom.
Well, he's given up 2 long balls in
Bang.
just 2 1/3 innings of work. So it seems as though they might have his number here.
Yeehaw.
Not sure how much more the manager wants to see. He needs to turn it around quick if
Boom.
he wants to stay in this one for a while.
You've got to think, Eric, I have played sport all my life, so my hand-to-eye coordination is pretty good, especially with a bat in my hand.
Stands in now. The winner of last year's Silver Slugger Award
If that
for
does
first
actually,
baseman in the National
I mean,
League.
you'd know because of the real game, but if that does actually count for something, I think it probably does, if this game is that accurate. I don't know how accurate the game is.
Swing and a line drive. And he pushed it just a bit too much. It'll wind up a foul ball. A wind up and the 0-1. Swung
Late.
on and lifted down the left field line, but it'll get back into the crowd as he jumps ahead of him now, 0-2. And that's into the outfield for a 1-out base hit.
This guy's such a good hitter. I get the feeling, even when he's down 0-2 in the count like he was here, he's still actually ahead of the count when he's facing anybody.
Into the box, Ben Zobrist. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. After it is Hicks. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Jason Hayward. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike one.
I like that take right there. I know it's a strike, but man, they're making him work. He's been struggling early, and now they're making him work even more. You got to stay within your game plan and be patient, and I think this is a good plan right now.
0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Sliced hard down the left field line, and this is going to be a fair ball heading out toward the 355 sign on the ivy.
Should have gone then.
He just sports that ball off the wall.
Should have gone then. Should have gone for third.
Thought about pushing it, I'm sure, but decided to play it safe.
Should have gone for third. That went
exactly
exactly where I wanted it to go as well.
Standing in now, Wilson Contreras. He swings and sends it on a line to right center. That gets down, and the inning will continue.
Got to go for it now, boy, haven't we? So I go for it, or is it I've only got one out? You see, this is where the tactics come in, guys. This is tactics towards Brits. The bases are loaded. Anybody else would think, right, go for it. But I've only got one out, so the trick would be to keep it on the floor and try and get the men in.
If the outfield doesn't get it in quick, they may continue to send it.
And some action out in the Yankee bullpen.
Well, I've got two out. I might go for it. Might go for it. Fuck it.
In now, Kyle Schwarber. Well hit. Deep down the right field line. And they're going to call this a home run.
Is it? Tell me it is. Is it?
And now hold everything here. We're going to have a conference down that first base line.
That went foul, if you ask me.
As to whether or not this was really a fair ball.
It didn't. It went to the right.
Pointing down the right
what they're giving? Come on.
We may have a
situation I like this.
Here where they'll need
this
to
is cool.
Review whether or not this was really a home
They're having a review. They're having a fucking video review. No way. I didn't know this was in here. It needs to go left to that pole. Missed it.
All right, the review looks like it's over. Was there indisputable video evidence? Yes, it's a foul ball after all. So take the home run off the board, and there's an instance where the video review got it right.
I didn't know video reviews in baseball. When did they come in?
And that'll get on through into right field for a base hit. And
that'll do.
One more to the lead. It's now a 5-1 ball game.
Everybody has bad days at the office, including starting pitchers. He's given up 5 runs in this inning alone, and you have to wonder how long the manager's going to stay with him.
He's going to get took out this game, this boy is. Opening pitch is going to go.
Digging in to try it again.
This is going out the ground for a biggie.
His last at bat.
I'm going for it, boys. Fuck it. Here we go. Let's go for it. I'm just going to let one run, though. I want to see if he goes the fastball up the middle. I bet he does. Fastball up the middle, first ball.
Here comes the first pitch. And he takes a pitch right down the middle.
Hey, this is
fastball up the middle. Now he's going to drop one to the bottom. So now I'm going to go for it. Left and the high left. You ready? He's going to drop this to the bottom.
Give yourself a chance to stay in this game.
He's set. Here's the 0-1. Smoked on the ground.
It'll do, though.
And that's through into center field.
It'll do.
1 run scores. Now a good throw comes into the infield, so that'll force the second runner to hold on over at third base.
Oh, of course they do, mate. Mate, let me tell you now, Ricky, this takes the piss out of anything football. It's so in. This is. Do you know what I've always said on the show?
And it paid off.
Yeah, I did that, Mikey. I mean, I know all the buttons, mate, on the control. I just didn't know the bump one. Ricky, for this game, mate, the thing is, I've got rid of the starter pitcher after only 3 innings. You got to think, Ricky, when I say on the show that production values for sports games, when it's better in America than Ann, This is like fucking nothing you've ever seen. Stadiums, grounds, nighttime, daytime, players, rosters. There's also your your card shit that you play. There's also a professional, like, start a rookie and get him to the majors. Best game you'll ever buy, mate, this, I'm telling you. You think you're into golf at the minute? Get this fucker bought, and I will show you how good you are.
Another run across here could very well put the nail in the coffin. Mentally, they might still feel like they've got a shot.
Mate, when all reviewers around the world say this is like one of the best games ever made, it fucking is.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Right over the middle, knee high.
There's 2 outs and 2 runners in scoring position. I don't care if it's the pitcher or not. He's got to treat him like another hitter. You can't let him beat you here. This is a big at-bat.
Here's the 0-1. Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
He's a new pitcher, isn't he? Fuck. He's a new pitcher. I didn't realise. Bollocks.
Of hitting. As a pitcher, why not? Better than standing up there like you've never held a bat before.
He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Drops one down here, and he'll try to beat it out.
Twat.
And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. But not before they come.
No, Ricky's got his own YouTubey thing. The control zone is Rickster.
It's the Cubs 6 and the Yankees 1. Trying to pick things up where we left off. Gary Sanchez. He'll try and do what he can to work toward cutting into this big deficit.
Fucking hell, how good's this batter? Jesus. I gather he's one of the best players. Try on the inside.
And he jumps at a changeup, a swing and a miss.
Man, I tell you what, I love how he's pitching right now. He has continued to pound that first pitch for strikes. When you do that, you set yourself up for great success.
Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Drifting toward the third base dugout. And he'll indeed make the play in foul territory for the first out.
First baseman number 17, Matt Holliday.
Digging in for his second at-bat.
So is that the card version, Timothy? You know, like we do in FIFA, Ultimate Team. Is that what that is? Because I want to have a go at that. Let's try you on the inside.
Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. Rizzo is there to make the play, and good work to take care of Holliday on just one pitch.
The batter number 14, second baseman.
Now at the plate, Starlin Castro.
Okay,
he's
thank you.
0-for-1 thus far. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Little dribbler down the line, but it's foul, strike one. Now Lester's 0-1. Strike two on the curveball. 0-2.
See what happens when you work fast
and you get packs and things to open, don't you?
Guys, man, you get great results. 2 quick outs, and now he's 0-2 on this hitter.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out.
Let's try on the inside, see if you'll go for it.
A fastball that just misses inside.
Wow, that's a tough pitch to take.
It's not boring, believe me. Mr. Freeze, it's not boring. If you're saying it's boring, you just don't get the game. And you don't get the leagues and the matches. It's just... No, it's not, mate. That's a crappy comment, to be honest. It's a typical Brit comment.
Now
and a sad comment.
The 1-2.
Yes.
Swing and a miss at a sinker. The strikeout retires the side. Inning is over.
Mate.
1, 2, 3 go the Bombers.
It's not easy.
They trail 6-1.
I tell you, Eric, I used to. We've got a couple of Americans in the room. This game is not easy to play, is it? Just tell Ricky that it's not easy to play. And I'm not trying to blow my own trumpet, but like I say, I've got great hand-to-eye coordination.
Number 8.
I played cricket for like 20 years.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Judge ranging back. He gets to it and makes the catch for the first out.
Now batting, third baseman.
Here's Chris Bryant now. He comes in 1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier.
Oh, I'd love to have played it in real life. Fucking hell, it would have been brilliant.
Here now, the pitch.
It would. I would have loved to have played this game. I nearly started playing American football when it started to get big in the UK when I was about 19.
Line to the right side, and that's in for his second hit of the afternoon.
Mate, Matt, it's on digital. It's down to 20 quid, mate. You won't find. If you look anywhere in store, mate, it's fucking. There's a reason it's not in stock.
But the multi-hit game. Maybe this is the signs of things to come.
Boom. You see when you're playing this on your own as well. See, there you are, Ricky. There's Eric, who's an American, even though he supports Washington Redskins. But we can cover over that one, I suppose. It's been announced today. There's going to be 4 matches in the NFL this year.
Stung into the gap in right center for what
I've got to go. Go, 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 go. Stay there, stay there, stay there.
Runners at second and third following the 1-out double.
See, I made them run again by pressing L1. And if I'd have shit it halfway, press R1 and they go back. So you have to watch the field. So when I saw that was between the fielders, I knew they could get an extra run lot, you see. American football is probably the simplest of fucking games to understand. It really is, Timothy. All the shit you see on telly is just like a lot of unnecessary things that is just deeper. At its core, American football is just dead easy to understand. Each team gets 4 goes to go 10 yards. If you get in them 10 yards, you get another 4 goes. It's that simple. 4 goes to go 10 yards. If they go 10 yards, they get another 4 goes. That simple, honestly. I'd be a batter, I would, if I was playing this game in real life. I'd love to have a go at this. I'd give this some welly. Where's my bases? Bases low. I need it up the middle again. I need it up the middle. Way early. Way early.
Missed a pretty good pitch to hit right there. You know he wants that one back because
way early.
Don't get more than one of those in them.
That should have gone.
The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a ball hit to the left side.
Touch late.
This is going to wind up a souvenir.
Touch late. 2 outs. I might as well go for this fucking 2 strikes. Or shall I try and bunt it? No?
Here's a drive out toward the gap
Oh,
in
that's a
left center.
fucking beauty. Go, 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 go.
Third crosses the plate.
Definitely an aggressive approach here, down 0-2 in the count. Instead of shortening
I've faced a 92 mile an hour cricket ball
for a couple of bases
in training. Average speed we used to face a cricket ball was around, a good player could get it in leagues at about 85 mile an hour. But we once had a training session at one of the big grounds. Bollocks. We used to have we had a training machine, cricket bowling machine, and one of the coaches said for the opening batters, won't let anybody else go. And us cocky twats at the end of the night, because it's very famous to say if you've ever faced a 90 mile an hour cricket ball. So all us lot used to say, can we face the 90 mile an hour? But they never let us.
Swing and a drive to right. There it goes. Into the bleachers and out of here. So a 3-run shot.
So this particular night, one of the coaches came and we'd nearly wrapped up.
As the blowout continues.
And we said, can we face a 90 mile an hour ball? Because that's like professional level cricket. And we thought we were good at cricket. and I faced a 90-mile-an-hour ball faced up, twatty, because I was the captain. I used to think I was good at cricket, and I am not kidding you when I say this. He put the ball in the machine at 90 mile an hour on the bowling machine, and I shit you not, I didn't see it. I didn't fucking see it.
Here's Addison Russell. Line shot.
Good catch. I didn't see it. Honestly, when you're a cricketer, you learn to watch the ball out of the bowler's hand, and it's all about timing. So when you're facing 80 mile an hour balls every weekend, it's timing. And a skillful player, it's just hand-to-eye coordination. But when you step up to levels, league levels, they get quicker. And again, it's hand-to-eye, but it's fucking quicker. I thought I was good. This bowling machine, he counted down 3, 2, 1. It hit the back of the net behind me. Never fucking saw it. I heard it. And I faced 3 balls, and I think I swung at one of them. And honestly, you never know sport until you've played or watched it at a professional level.
And a high strike to begin
Any
the
sport.
at-bat. It's 0-1.
He hasn't used that pitch much this game. That's one he's been working on the bullpen, and now
And it was a fun night. We had about half an hour, 40 minutes at it. It was one of the great nights. We went to the pub after, we had a right laugh. I swear, we laughed. I just couldn't see the fucking thing. You heard it. It made a real weird noise. And I'll tell you what, changed my completely fucking opinion on professional cricketers. Seriously. Like, I was thinking, professional batsmen playing for England and all on the world cricket, how the fuck you face, and believe it or not, there was a guy at the Champions thing this week. I think it was the Pakistani opening bowler, a young lad. No, it went the South African bowler. And get this, when an opening bowler, when an opening bowler bowls, for him to get, if he's an opening fast bowler, 90 mile an hour balls probably take him about half an hour.
Swing and a miss, and he'll start the same way he ended the
like half an hour to warm up. This South African bowled against England this summer. Apparently the new bowler, the new sensation. And I was sat watching it, having my coffee in the morning. His first ball of the day out of his hand was timed at 93.4 mile an hour, and I had to rewind the telly because I thought I'd misheard it. And
into the windup and the
his first ball, he managed to get up to I think 95, 96, and I'm thinking, fucking hell. You want to be quiet, Mr. Freeze. He's a policeman.
50th pitch of the game.
Eric's been a long-time listener of this show.
Now a swing.
He's a
and
good
ball
friend.
Foul tipped at the plate, and oh boy, that got the home plate umpire right in the arm too.
The intentional walk, just to give me some tactics, guys. The intentional walk. Would you do that on? Like an intentional walk would be if their best batsman came in. And I didn't want him to hit if there's people on bases. Would that be it? So like their best batsman. And how do I look at the numbers?
The 0-2 pitch. Struck him out.
So the numbers, when he walks on, do I look at that numbers to see how good he is? Because obviously I don't know the players like I'd know footballers. So if I look at the number, just so I've got something in my head, if the bases are loaded, or the bases, there's 2 bases on,
First 2 men in the
I would want to
inning,
intentionally walk him so he didn't hit me out of the ground. But how do I know he's the best player? What's the easiest, quickest way for me to find out if he's the best player or one of the best hitters?
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Takes a knee-high fastball.
Well, that's 2 quick outs, and he's got a low pitch count. Really being aggressive in the zone has forced him to swing the bats. He's economically low in that pitch count. He's got a chance to go deep in the game.
Will you swing at that?
Now a changeup in on the hands that evens it at 1-1.
Yeah, you can pause it, Mr. Freeze, but you want it like live, don't you? Big numbers. So the higher the point, whatever, is the better player. Got you. Okay. It's the averages you look at, Mr. Freeze.
and called strike 2 on the inside.
Cricket's a really basic, simple game, Tim. It's like it's 11 aside.
Yeah, stuff is.
And you can stand anywhere you want at cricket. There are fielding positions that have got very stupid fucking names, but you can literally stand anywhere you like. As long as you've got a wicket keeper, obviously, to stop the ball and whatever, you can stand anywhere you fucking like.
Looking for the strikeout.
That's out of the zone. Swing. Oh, what a pitch.
Punch out of the ball game, and that one ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Not too shabby. Back for more from the north side after this.
What about ours? It's 11 aside.
Once again, John
you can face as many balls as you want. You've just got to. In cricket, it's about staying in. The best batsman bat. It's just like baseball. Best at the top, worst at the bottom.
And a good first pitch as he gets him to bounce one on the ground.
Oh, he made an error. Run.
And a good effort as he's able to gather it in and make a play for the first.
It's basically, if you're out, you're fucking out. You've done for the day. That's why when you see cricket on your TV, if you ever get it over there, when you see cricket, when a batsman's out at cricket, they look way more pissed off than these do, because that's fucking it. And believe you me, when you've planned all your week and want to play and you're out first ball,
hit hard towards center. That gets down and he's got himself a base
you're
hit.
Pissed. Believe me. We used to get a lot in out. We used to piss out my brother a lot. He used to plan all week and get dead excited for Sunday cricket. Used to go out to bat, no word of a lie, get out, put your kit on, go out, summer's day, go out to the middle, have a bit of a chat, tap it down a bit, right, play, first ball, bang, you're out. All your weekend's fucked. That's it.
Into the box now, Chris Bryant. And on the first pitch, he grounds foul.
Not learning how to steal bases yet. It gave me the tutorial last night, but I just didn't want to try it.
Takes a look at a fastball down the middle for strike number 2.
Even though he let that one go, you know that's
we've had all the jokes, Niall.
Take a big hack at. Not too many power hitters that don't like a stomach high fastball.
It's so a very sad English comment we've already said.
Runners on first with 1 down. Hit hard to short.
That's a great.
And that's through for a hit.
Gloves, no gloves allowed, mate. That's why it's, let me tell you, fucking cricket balls here. Only the wicket keeper is allowed to wear gloves. The batsmen are obviously allowed to wear protection. It's actually a legal requirement now, since sadly a batsman died last year, one of the top batsmen in the world. That was horrendous, by the way. That was fucking horrendous.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now.
He went to hook the ball, and the ball hit him just below the ear at 90 mile an hour. Put him in a coma and he died 48 hours later. One of the top batsmen in the world. One of the saddest things I ever watched on telly, that one.
0-1 on its way. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field.
Is that gone? Oh, it's gone. It's gone! Fucking yay! Outfielders, no gloves again, mate. No protection at all.
It's a 3-run shot to straightaway right field as they just continue to pour it on here.
I can tell you one thing, you might get away with throwing a ball in that location in the minor leagues, but when you get one up like that in the zone right over the plate against these guys, you're going to get exactly.
I didn't think that had gone, to be honest.
A really bad result.
Stepping in now, Ben Zobrist. As he will swing at the first pitch and line this one into left center, and that's going to get down for extra bases.
Should have gone to second and should have tried it then.
They're able to get the ball in quickly, so he'll be held
about the bat, bats are, you can, there is rules and regulations for the size and widths of bats, but just buy them.
Home run thinking he might dust me right here.
In cricket, it just used to be all white back in the day. Now it's gone all commercial.
Jason Hayward lifted the other way out to left center. After it is Hicks. But he's not going to get there, and he's headed for extra bases again.
Why didn't he run?
And they've got the runner trapped in a hot box between second and third now. And now the tag is applied. It's a double play, and the side
was bullshit. That confused me.
So they pick up 3 runs on 5 base hits.
I thought just pressing L1, they both should have run. It's because it was the different bases. That was shit.
The Cubbies are
I think I needed to press one of my sticks then. That was shit. I messed up there. Yeah, I messed up. I thought automatically they both went.
Who struck out the side last inning. How did they get to him here?
I'm not sure, Matt, that they want to stay as patient. He's been throwing a lot of strikes. They might want to start swinging a little bit earlier in the count.
The Women's World Cup cricket starts at Derby on Saturday morning, and I was going to ask my brother to go to watch it, just because it's a live sporting event, and I've always said you watch any live event and it's a great day out. And I was looking at ticket prices. How much do you think a ticket, it may surprise you this, how much do you think a ticket is for the opening match, England versus India, women, the Cricket World Cup?
Wow, he's cruising
how much do you think a ticket is?
4 straight
An adult
punch-outs
ticket.
and working on number 5.
Will you chase a
Now
wide
the
one?
0-2 pitch.
Oh, you will.
And this is going to be fouled into the diamond level seats.
Will you chase one inside?
Here it comes on 0-2. And another foul ball.
Ricky says 35 quid for a ticket for the Women's World Cup. 60?
Another 0-2 home.
A few more guesses and I'll give you the answer.
Swing and
oh,
a miss.
yay.
5
Lovely.
straight strikeouts now, and there's
No,
one
it's not
gone.
bad, James, to be fair, mate. Honestly, don't diss women's international cricket. It's gone way, way better than you think. 5 years ago, it really was as bad as you probably think it is. It isn't now, mate. It's a very highly regarded game now. TV's getting interested. Sky are showing all the matches. I'll tell the answer when I've just pitched this fastball on the inside to see if he goes for it. Go.
And he just keeps rolling
£10.
he starts another batter out with
£10 for
one.
adults, £2 for children under 16, which I think is fucking fantastic.
First pitch strike, he's 100% in the game. Every batter, first pitch for strike.
Over towards the dugout, but this one will get into the stands. 0-2 now from Lester. And he'll continue this roll he's on. Make it 6 strikeouts in a row.
It is, that's what I thought. To be honest, if I'd got transport, I'd actually probably gone down for a day. For a tenner. You can't beat that for a tenner to sit out in the sunshine and watch an international event. But I can't get, and I ain't fucking going on the bus.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Brett Gardner. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ballgame.
I would do if it wasn't, like I said, it's a bus trip for me, like a 15-20 mile bus trip, and I ain't doing that.
Pitch. Popped up towards the seats as this gets out of play. 2 out, nobody on.
I went to one of my best ever days out was when the West Indies came over when I was in my mid-20s, so I was playing cricket regular. And I was playing cricket regular, so it was my sport at the time. And we got tickets to go and see Derbyshire play West Indies, because when an international team came over to play England, all through the summer they play the counties, which are the smaller teams around the country. I went to the day at Derby. Now, Derby cricket ground's really open, like, and I mean really open. Like, there's no segregation, no fuck all. So I stood, no word of a lie, I stood for an hour chatting to Courtney Walsh at the fucking Bookies van, because he was a big horse racing fan of, and the biggest bloke I'd ever seen in my fucking life. He was gigantic, and I've never seen him. He pulled a wad of cash out of his wallet, and I don't think I've ever seen a fucking wallet that big in my life.
And that's a swinging strike 3 in the dirt.
And then, and the thing is, one of the best things I ever did, now only real cricket fans will understand this, I sat talking to an old fella who was dressed in a grey suit, a coloured man, and I was talking to him about cricket, because obviously I loved cricket, I was playing it. So after the players went back on the field, I was stood having a beer, and I stood talking to this old fella, must have been in his 60s, getting on, grey beard, West Indian obviously, a lovely man, and I actually stood talking to him for at least a couple of hours, and the reason it was, I actually said to myself, God, this old fella knows his cricket, and he was talking about some stuff, and I thought myself, a young 20-year-old, and a bit naive, because he's an old fart, I thought, he's not going to know fuck all about cricket. So I'm sat there, and he's talking about fucking West Indian cricket, and I'm thinking, fucking hell, this old lad knows his onions. And I'm fucking yakking, and I'm having an absolute riot. Buys him a beer, buys me a beer. It's one of the best afternoons chat I've ever had, and I thought, fucking hell, what a nice fella that was. Shook his hand, went back to my seat, ended up going home. 2 days later, England are playing West Indies on TV, big international. So the test match starts, fucking kicks off, and it's all the test match, because I'm a big cricket fan, watch it all, watch every bit. We get to Saturday lunchtime. Now, Saturday lunchtime on TV for a test match, they always do a piece, like a bit of videotape, or have a guest in the fucking thing. So me, stood in the kitchen making a coffee, I stood there, and I thought, because I'd never used to watch lunchtime, stood in the kitchen, and I hears them say, oh, we've got a very famous guest coming in the lunch break. Make sure you don't miss it. It's the old West Indian captain, the very famous Lance Gibbs from the 50s. So I'm like, fucking hell, I'll go and listen to this. As I'm just waiting for the kettle to boil, I hear the guy start talking. And I stood in the kitchen and went, I fucking reckon I walks in the living room. It's only the fucking old fella I stood talking to 3 days before. And it's Lance Gibbs, one of the most famous international cricket captains of history. Me, twatty, had been sat talking to him, thinking, fucking hell, this bloke knows his cricket. One of the world's most famous cricketers there's ever lived. And I'm stood talking to him for an afternoon, buying him beer. I hadn't got a fucking clue who he was. And I was a bit pissed, actually, that I didn't realise who he was. But I think, actually, looking back on that, I think the fact that we talked like we did, probably because I didn't recognise who he was. But it was one of the best afternoons I've ever had. Fantastic. Yeah, you've got to have BT Sport for the Ashes this year, Niall, which is fucking very annoying. Any PG on this weekend? I thought you were supposed to be a golf fan, Ricky. Come on, man, get a grip. You've missed the start. What day is it today? What have I taught you last week? What day is it today? It's Thursday.
He'll try to sort this mess out.
Both tournaments started today. The BMW in the daytime, and the PGA is on right now as we speak. The Travellers, one of the biggest tournaments as well. So you've missed the first day probably.
He'll lead it off as we start the home sixth.
Wilson Contreras.
92 splits the plate, and it's strike one. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. A ball hit hard to the left side. And a base hit, so the leadoff man is on to begin the inning.
It'll be, Ricky, it's nearly done now, mate. It'll be done now. It's been on since 6 o'clock.
I'll tell you what, they are swinging the bats today. They've had a great
when it started at 8 o'clock, it nearly went, half the field had done.
Everything you want, and they're executing to a T.
So believe you me, it's probably finished now. If it's gone 11 o'clock, it'll be finished.
For home run number 3 as we take you back to inning number 4. And this
is it my big lad?
Home run of the game as he's been dialed in so
not in
far
cricket, no. It's just the ground, and they've got a badge on. I think you only, if it's white Test match cricket, they literally have all white, and then they've got a badge on. Coloured cricket, as we call it now, they do have like more football type jerseys, kind of thing.
Swing and a miss, and he's
should have got that.
0-1.
Should have got that way early. That was. He should have gone then. He's going this time, though.
Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a liner.
Oh, yeah.
But foul.
I tell you what is good about this. As a sport, a batting sport, it feels so like you're in the game.
Here it is. There's a swing and a high drive into left center field. Hicks ranging back at the track. He's not going to have a play on it, and this might bring home the runner from first.
Get back, you prick. Should have gone then. This running's really slow on this game, I will say that. That left trigger that's supposed to send him, very fucking slow. I thought that had gone, though. It's made of leather, hard, fucking like a stone. I'll explain. I'll tell you in a minute. Oh, that's
and this is turning ugly now as this ball's down for extra bases. In to score the runner from second.
A cricket ball, Timothy. A baseball. It's made of very similar skin. It's leather. It's probably a quarter size less and about 5 times as heavy. Because I used to have a baseball in a glass case. I won it in a competition for Channel 5's baseball, and that's pissed me off because I left that at my fucking married house.
As he'll swing and hit this one hard, but
it's one thing that I used to fucking hate.
Well, they have just not pitched well at all in this game. I mean, anytime you
I wish I'd bought with me. It was in a glass case. I won it. A proper World Series. Well, that was way too early.
And he's in control, 0-2.
Well, there's no doubt what he was thinking on those first 2 swings. Big power swings. Now he's got to dial it back a little bit. Try
cricket balls. I don't know. I'll tell you something about cricket balls in a minute.
A pause and the 0-2. A bullet to first base.
Fucking hell. We could hit it out of the ground.
Now batting, number 8.
You could hit it out of the ground, or I could anyway.
He's working on a 3.
Or not out of the ground, but over the boundary. The boundary is 6. Like a home run in baseball, it's 6.
Here comes the first pitch. Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball.
That was a first pitch fastball. He just blew it.
The thing about cricket balls, Timothy, as well, cricket, when they say is there any skill in cricket, as a bowler, yes, because as a bowler, when you get a brand new ball, it's shiny leather on both sides. So as a bowler, opening bowler, who I was, what you used to do is you used to want one side to get rough, either on the ground. You wasn't allowed to artificially do it.
Is there, and that should be deep enough to score the run. And not in time as the run scores.
Oh, yes. That was a good one.
Well, that wasn't your standard sac fly hit.
There's no bases. You run up and down the track. The cricket pitch, as you look, there's a batsman at both ends. So number 1, batsman number 2. So there's 2 batting at the... They don't bat at the same time. There's just 2 on the field at the same time. And a run is when you go cross like that. You have to run to the other end. That counts as 1 run.
First delivery to him on the way. And here's a big swing as he sends this one in the air out toward deep center.
Nope, that's it. It's gone up in the air.
Hicks is going to have room out
there.
Yeah,
to get people out in cricket, Tim, there's about 5-6 different ways. Hitting the stumps, you're bowled. Run out. If they hit the stumps with the ball wide, the 2 batsmen are in the middle or not at either end. LBW, if the ball hits their legs and not the bat, and it's in line with the stumps, but it's very fucking complicated. But on a basic layman's terms, it's like if it's in line with the ball. But as an opening bowler, going back to the thing where the tactics come in, as an opening bowler, when you open bowls, you got the choice of picking the balls out the box, because you used to come out with a box of 6 balls, and as a bowler, you'd pick them up, because even though cricket balls look the same, I don't know how baseballs are manufactured. I know that they make a hell of a lot of baseballs because I've seen it on TV where they've got fucking hundreds a game. Now on a cricket pitch, you use the 1 ball in a test match, and normally it's the bowler and the captain that pick the ball, because when they bring a brand new box of balls out, it's normally a box of 6. Even though they're the same manufacturer, made in the same factory, there will be slight nuances with the ball. And as a bowler, you learn to pick them. And I used to pick each one of the ball. I used to feel it for weight. Even though they're actually supposed to be the same weight, sometimes you got a little different feel. The seam was the most important part. And you'd look for what's called a prominent seam. So you want the seam as prominent as you can. Now, sometimes you'd get a ball out the box and the seam would feel a bit flat. So you'd never touch that in a million years. So if you can find a real prominent seam, you'd pick that one. Now, when you start to bowl opening bowling, both sides of the ball are red, leather, shiny as fuck. So when you see cricketers rubbing it on the trousers, you won't see that happen for about 5-6 overs. Because what they'll do, they'll bowl it, and then when you see the cricketers like looking at it and giving it some of this, what they're trying to do, they're trying to roughen one side up so it's really knackered along the ground, scraped and all sorts, but on the other side they're trying to keep that leather shine as shiny as you can, because this is where physics come in, and physics presumes airflow over surfaces. When the ball is bowled, air travels faster over the shiny side of the ball than the rough side. Therefore, air will push against the shiny side. Therefore, as a bowler, you hold the ball in your two fingers with the seam down the middle, slightly tilted that way. If I bowled and my fingers were like that with the shiny side here, when I delivered the ball would swing in because the wind resistance would push against the shiny side. If I wanted the ball to swing away, I'd twist the ball round and hold it like that. So the shiny side's on this side. So the skill of batting against bowling is very, very a skillful game. The batsman is trying to stay in. Me as a bowler is trying to get him out. And the skill of me as a bowler was using the shine of the ball to make the batsman. Because when you're a batsman, you are looking out of the bowler's hand and you are trying to determine the ball coming out of his hand if you can see the shiny side. Now, if you see the shiny side, you obviously have got, and this is the key, this is what determines great players from mediocre players. They can actually see the shiny side of the ball. So 99 times out of 100, they know that that ball's got a hell of a chance of coming in. So they're going to guard against it. Likewise, if they see the shiny side on the other side, they know the ball's got a chance of swinging away. So they maybe just let it go. Because if they try and hit it and it gets the edge, they're out. Correct. Now, a baseball, I think it's to do with the design of the ball and the shape of the stitching. So you have got skill with a pitcher with all the curveballs, the sliders, and that is to do with air resistance. Cricket is a way more complex game as a bowler than anyone can care to mention. And also, yeah, Niles, it's on a good point. Now, when you see a spinner, he is actually not using the shiny of the ball. He's using that seam, that prominent seam. Because what he's trying to do, he's not holding the ball with the seam there. He's holding the ball with the seam there. So that when he spins it, he's trying to land that ball so the seam hits the ground and turns. So whether he is an off spinner spinning it that way into the batsman, or a leg spinner spinning it that way away from the batsman, is the same principle, just at a different pace. And there again, it's a different skill. As for the batsman, as an opening batsman, I'm trying to knock the fuck out that ball as quick as I can. Even though they're trying to shine that fucking thing as much as they can, as a good batsman, I'm trying to knock the fuck out of it. Because if I'm good enough to keep hitting that ball, doesn't matter how much they shine it, it's going to get knocked to the fucking ground, it's going to get wellied, and both sides of the ball will get roughed up. Therefore, you're taking one of the ammunition of a bowler away from the table. So cricket, to the layman in the stands, basically, oh, it's men throwing a ball down and see how many times he can hit the fucker. Oh, no. Completely, very, very tactical, very skillful. But there you go. Hope you've enjoyed my 1-to-1 or 101 of cricket. It's the one thing I miss greatly, actually. I didn't come into cricket until, I mean, I played football since I was 5, 6, but I didn't get to play cricket till I was 18, 19, and sadly I did my leg. My first injury was when I was about 20, so I had to go through a lot of shit and rehabilitation. And cricket, you see, because we went to a fucking scrubby school, as we call them. We went to a secondary school, not a posh school. And because sport in this country is so shit compared to America, it's one thing I would have loved to lived in a different era where I could have actually thought about going to college in America to do sport. Because it's just far better fucking system than our crap country. Because you see me as a person who loves sport, if I tell you that through my entire school career, we never played cricket at school. One of England's most prominent summer sports wasn't played or taught at probably 70% of the schools in the entire UK. So that's how fucked up our system is. So there you go. I could start on a whole new fucking thing. If I was fit enough, I could play. If I was 100% fit, Mr. Freeze, I could play cricket. You can play cricket, Sunday doddering cricket, for quite some time. We used to have an old fella in our team that played till he was 60. And I'll tell you something else as well. Where he was fucking good, because he was 60 years old and I was about 19. We think we fucking know it all at 19. This old lad, he was a big lad, and he was bigger than I am now. He was massive, the old lad was. He was a really nice man as well. What was really good about him, okay, he was getting on. He wasn't too steady on his feet, but he's played cricket since he was about 10. So he was very knowledgeable. I've never seen a man stand and just let the ball hit him. Like, didn't give a shit. Didn't give a shit. What about USA education to UK? I'd love to go. I will tell you a story. When I was, how old was I? 20, 19? There was two jobs. I've never spoke about these on the show, actually. When I was about 19, 20, looking for a new direction, because I'd obviously had a serious sports injury, there were two things I was going to attempt. And both of them led along the lines. One was called, there was a system in this country called, I can't remember, now I've got to try and get this right now. It was called something like Community Voluntary Services Overseas. And you've got to think, when I was about 19, 20, which is what, 30 years ago now, 31 years ago, I signed up for this thing, and it was a big thing in this country at the time. It was trying to get people, it was aimed at people like me that was like out of education, not into a settled job, was trying for a career change. And it was like a foothold. And basically there was setting you up with not scholarships, but places in these things. And I got this booklet, this fucking thing, and it was full of jobs in America that the American system wanted British people to teach because they wanted to learn it. And the one I was going to go for was a football coach. And in this book, there was a whole section on football coaches, because obviously 30 years ago in America, there was crying out to teach football. And I don't mean American football, I mean soccer. So I'd filled all the forms in and all this shit in, and I was going to go for it. It was like the golden opportunity of my life. Thing is, as you do with everything in life when you're young, my fucking best mate was coming. He pulled out, didn't he? He pulled out like literally, I think it was down to 6 weeks to go, ordering his passports and everything, and he fucking pulled out. And that literally fucked everything up. And I know what you're going to say, why didn't you go on your own? But you just don't. That was a kick in the bollocks. Real kick in the bollocks. The other thing I nearly went to do, this was another close thing, and I'm actually glad I probably didn't fucking do this. Again, about a few years later, when I was a bit fitter because I was between surgeries, because my leg had kind of healed, I was looking for a quick fix. Because the American idea had really set me off. And it was one of them things that, you know, when you look back on your life, oh, I regret lardy fucking dardy dar. That going to coach in America at football was my moment. And for like 2 or 3 years after, I really wanted to go to America. So I was looking at all these schemes and things, because when we was we was in our late teens, 20s, there was a load of shit in the UK. There was a lot of these schemes. There were YTS schemes to get people back to work. There was fucking voluntary. There's all these things that you could get. Because when I was that age, unemployment was absolutely fucking skyrocketing in this country. It was massive. And I found yet another thing, and this thing, it was like jobs abroad. I think these were all legit, by the way, not bullshit things. There was all legit. I went to meetings. I saw the actual people that employed these jobs. And this one was called Jobs Abroad. And I was looking through this thing, and crazy fucking idea as you do when you're 20 years old. It was going to be an Alaskan fishing trawler fucking job. Now, you've seen that thing that took off on the TV. Them crazy fucks that do that fishing in the stupid weather, do all them fucking crab fishing things. It was very similar to that. And what caught my eye, because it's such an absolute crazy, stupid, mental fucking job that nobody in the right mind would do, the money was truly dreamland. And the even second best part of it was you went to do it for 6 weeks on, 6 weeks off, 6 weeks on, 6 weeks off, and you was allowed to do it for about 3-4 months, I think, in a period. The wages that you got in a 3-month period was £30,000. 30 grand at 20. Now, my silly fucking brain at 20 was thinking, this is my America. Knuckle down, go and work your shittiest job of your life, and there's not one single person that said you won't hate this fucking job. It will be the worst job you've ever done. You will want to fucking jump overboard and kill yourself. It will be the worst job you've ever done. The thing is, though, every person that did it and survived went home with 30 grand for about 8 weeks' work. And there was men that did, and the reason the job is always going, people used to do just that. They used to go and knuckle down for like 2-3 months, never go back again. They'd have 30 grand in the pocket. That was my second plan, but then I just shit it. I shit out of it. There was no way on earth I'd have fucking, no chance on God's earth I'd have done that. It was a goer. I went to the meetings. I went to the first, because you like went to these meetings, did it all and all this shit and all this crap. I was going for it, but then my brain kicked in, like there was a little voice at the back saying, are you fucking weird? Yeah, shit that one. No, Timothy, sadly split up, divorce, mate, about 18 months ago. A bad split as well, so sadly live alone. Sad, lonely old fart. No, everybody, Tim, don't feel wrong. Everybody who's a regular in this room, if you don't know, by the way, I've seen you in the room a couple of times. Cranky Gamers UK is a UK podcast. I've been doing it 10 years. Niall said it's not the best question. I can make light of it now. It was a big thing about 18 months ago. I had a really serious marriage split. I've been on medication, suffering from depression for like 3-4 years anyway. I live on my own now. It's really shit. I very rarely go out as well. So yeah. And Niall meant it in the best way. I'm pretty guessing, but you know me, Niall. I'm either good one day or I'm not, mate. You soldier on. I work at a cat shelter for sick cats. I love cats. I've kept cats 3 times when I was living alone. I love cats. If I didn't live in such a shitty, like, council area with roads and shit, I think I'd have another one. I like cats. Guys, I don't think I'm going to finish this game, by the way. I'm only at the bottom of the 6th. And I'm 16-1 up, so I ain't going to lose. But you've seen me play the game anyway. I haven't told you about tonight, guys, have I? Holy fuck. This is half the reason I'm late, by the way. So, the weather's a bit cooler today, thankful. No fan. Nice temperature. 20, 25, I think, in this part. It's been a bit dark. Really decent temperature. Back to normal. Eric, if I'd got the money, mate, I'd be in America next week. I seriously would, man. Honestly. It's one thing I hope before I shuffle off this mortal coil, if there's one thing I would like to do before I go, is I would like to visit the US. I really would. But it's a very fucking highly unlikely prospect, because it's too expensive for me. So tonight, I didn't feel like cooking. As you guys know, I'm a bit of a chef, love my cooking and shit. If you're following me on Twitter, you see my food all the time. So today, do you know when you get them shitty flyers through your door that nobody likes, but 90% of them are menus, takeaway menus? So pops through my door this afternoon an Italian takeaway menu. Now, one, never knew there was an Italian anywhere fucking near here. Two, I'm not a great Italian food fan, but if I obviously cook my own bolognese and shit, but I'm not an Italian food fan. I'm not that keen on pizzas. I'll have them once in a blue moon. But this menu, I'm sat looking at it, and the menu was fucking outstanding. I noticed they delivered, so that was brilliant. It then says if you go online and order, it's 10% off. So I thought, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to have an Italian takeaway. I've never had one. Well, if you go onto my Twitter, at Tozol, Tozol, I've put pictures tonight. It cost me 13 quid, which is the cheapest takeaway I have bought in the last 5 years. And I had for that, I got a beef lasagna. It was, the fucking dish was that round. Fries, chicken garlic bread, 10-inch, full fucking size 10-inch, and a side salad. Let me tell you now, it was one of the best meals I've had for a while. And if I also tell you, there's more left in the kitchen for tomorrow than I actually ate. There was enough on that thing to feed 4 people. It cost me 13 quid delivered, because when I got to the end of the checkout, it said 30% off. So I thought, banging. And it was really nice. It was that nice, I haven't thrown the takeaway thing away. It's gone in my drawer, because some of the things on that menu was outstanding. Really was good. Really good. Anywho, shall we just go into the menus of this so I can have a look at what there is? Because some of you guys might be able to tell me. Can you fast forward? I'm first floor. Now I'm going to alarm you even more, Niall. So get this. It's me up here, guy downstairs. It's like a house. This estate we live on is actually 95% full of family homes. 2-bedroom, 3 bedrooms, I think, all down the estate. About 100 homes on this estate. These 4 on this row, I think this one next door and the one that way, are 3 like houses that have been converted into first floor flats. So there's a flat on the bottom, flat on the top. What I'm going to alarm you with even more is the door behind me there, as you can see behind me. That's the only exit in this flat. Before you all have a spaz and say, oh my god, that's highly illegal, every window, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the bathroom, 5 and 6 in the kitchen, so 6 windows in this tiny place, are all them expensive double. You can either click it once and it just opens that far, or you click it to the top and it opens like that. So that window, every window can be open like fully. That's how they've been allowed to have these as flats. And I actually, funnily you should say this, Niall, and that's before that disaster, by the way, because it was hot, I'd actually got the window on the full thing for a change, and I don't normally do that, because they really open like, it opens that wide. It's like you've got a hole in the side of your house. It's massive. So I'm looking out the window, and it actually enters my head and thinking, what would ever happen if, you know, I had to get out the fucking window? And I look down, and it's a fair drop. It's a good probably 20, 30 feet. However, if I was in that kind of trouble, I would climb out the window and do the old trick that you're supposed to do if you're jumping from a first floor window. Big tip, don't just open the window and fucking jump. Firstly, see if you can throw anything out the window to land on. If you can't, don't jump out the window. Climb out the window and hang down as low as you can. Because you're cutting, however high you are, you're cutting that distance, aren't you? So even though I'm a bit of a fucking 5'8" shorty, at least it's 5'8" less for me to fucking land. Eric, that word there, them two letters AC, don't fucking exist in this country except in modern cars. I went to look for an AC unit the other day online because I spoke to about them on the podcast. There's like these mini personal AC units that are being sold on Kickstarter or on Indiegogo, and I come close to buying one last summer actually, and they're literally like a box about that big, and they contain, I think they said on the sales sheet, they contain about a 30-foot square space and fully air conditioned. Not bullshit just blowing cold air, proper, as Eric would probably know, an air conditioned unit. I think they're about fucking 120 quid though. But I'll tell you what, 2 days ago I've fucking gladly paid that, because in here the other day it was 35 degrees. That's because silly soft twat left his oven on as well. Eric, mate, I'm 51 and I don't think I've ever seen an air conditioning in any house I've ever set foot in this country. Ever. Don't exist, mate. But you're saying wow, and I get you saying wow, but you've got to realise this. We don't get, I know that you may have heard on the news or it's been round or people talking, in the last week we've had like 28 to 33 degrees in this country. That is like rare as rocking horse shit. Honestly, the average temperature throughout entire summer, I would say, is 25 degrees if you're lucky. And that literally only goes from, say, middle of June to middle to end of August if you're lucky. We don't get the temperature, mate. So, you see, everybody's got central heating because it gets fucking cold on the opposite scale. Although I'm guessing that our cold probably doesn't match your cold. Because the coldest we get in this country in winter is probably, you'll probably get down to, we get temperatures like around about -9, -10, rarely. But all through the winter, and this is what you've got to put into context, from like December to like end of February, March, we can have like constant -4, -5, -6 every night. So we've like got a 3-4 month period where it's fucking cold all the time. So that's why we have central heating. So it wouldn't be viable for people to have AC in this country. So, but I'll tell you what though, I bet a lot of fucking people wish they had this week, because it's been, like I say, broke records in London this week. At Heathrow Airport on Tuesday it was registered at 33.6 degrees centigrade, which matched the highest temperature that we've had in a century, and that was in 1976 when we had a heat wave. We go to Spain, 2 hours flight away for the sunshine. Where are you, Niall? You're in England, aren't you? 2 hours is a fucking short flight to Spain. You can't be in England, surely. 3.5 hours, the only flight I've ever gone abroad, down to the Canary Islands. That was 3.5 hours, and that was a tailwind. I think it was 4.5 back. Can we fast forward this then to the last innings? Yay, let's fast forward to innings 8. What's the score? Well, they've still not scored, so we might as well carry on to the... Yay! Can't we fast forward it? Phew, that depends where you live, Eric. Examples, and these are really ballpark figures, but I've never owned a home, so other people may be able to help you with this. So, mate, you're on a fucking fast plane if you're going from Yorkshire to fucking Spain in 2 hours. Aren't you? Or am I completely out of the way? Anyway, house prices. I'm in the middle of the country, Derbyshire countryside, so it's like northern. The more north you go, the cheaper. There's literally a scale you can draw. You know where London's... Well, I say London is like near the bottom you know, half of the country, real bottom. So from the bottom, as it's shaped like that foot, as you've got Britain as the foot, the bottom, literally you could draw a line of house expense with the most expensive down here, and it slowly progresses as you go north. Although house prices, if I'm led to believe, my brother told me, because he's bought houses regularly, they have gone very high in the last 10 years or so. But I think average for a really big house in this area, a posh house in this area, you're looking at 100, 150 grand. And that's like the top fucking end market. There's a famous story down in London that there was a few years back selling just a garage to put your car in for 50 grand. So the further down south you go, the more expensive. I've never owned a home. I've always rented, and I've never regretted it either, ever. So, but I will say, when you see, and I don't know if other people think like this, when you see houses in the US, I love looking at how, whenever I see, and I don't mean TV programs that paint them to be fucking, you know what I mean, housewives and all that shit, like glory homes, but normal standard programs that show real houses. And I know every state and every place has its bad areas. It's just the same world over. But when I see an average American housing estate, I would fucking love. It makes me want to live there. Well, if I tell you now, Eric, you know my flat size. I literally live in this one room except for a small kitchen and a small bathroom. This one room is 24 feet long and 9 feet across. That's what I have to live in. I bet your bathroom is bigger than that, at a guess. I've seen pictures of your man cave, and your man cave was probably bigger than my last fucking house altogether. But, yeah, I'm in a 24-foot by 9-foot room. Go on, how much does your house cost? But you've got a decent job, though. Pays well, don't it? How long have you been in the police force? You've been quite a while, I think. And if you don't want to talk about it, just say so, Eric. I apologise. I always just talk normal. But I think you told me that you've been at it. You've been doing your job quite a while, haven't you? Fucking hell. Can I ask you a question, though, Eric? And again, if you don't want to answer it, mate, just put no in the chat. Fully understand. Do you own it yet? Is it your own home to own, or are you still paying kind of a mortgage kind of thing? 29 years, man. Fuck. That is an amazing thing. Holy shit. Well done. Do you actually live in Washington then, supporting the Redskins, or do you not? Do you live in Washington? I just take it for granted you live in Washington because of your silly man cave. In Cambridge, 2-bedroom flat cost just over 500 grand. Are you fucking kidding me? I would never pay that. If I won the lottery tomorrow, I wouldn't pay that. Jesus Christ on a bike. Oh, you pay mortgage, right? Is it a well-paid job, though, as a policeman? I mean, I don't want to know any ballpark. I don't want to know any figures. I'm just saying, is it classed as a well-paid job, or is it just classed... I mean, I'll put a comparison. Like nursing and stuff in this country, it's always said that they get the arse end of the fucking deal. They get really shit wages for, like, one of the most important jobs in the world. Like, I would class a policeman as one of the fucking most important jobs in the world. And I don't mean this disrespectfully, but being a policeman in America, to me, I would expect you to get fucking paid amazingly. Let me just finish this game off. I may as well finish it and get to the win. I think he's a desk jockey now. I wound him up the other day. We had a bit of a laugh. He's the desk jockey guy. He's that guy you see on the TV, I think.
We'll look ahead now and pick this this one back up in the top of inning number 8. Here's big Aaron Judge. We're in the 8th now, and nothing's changed out there on the mound.
Well, I've been very impressed with how this starter's going.
Federal police start at 60. Is that all?
And it's hard to know if it's had any effect, but getting that
hell, I thought it'd be well paid.
Could have really helped
Jesus, man, I thought it'd be well more paid than that. I know this might sound a silly question, but do you get any like kind of bonus things for like danger money, as we call it? Do you get like a bonus for like having such a? I mean, probably not now, because I think you did tell me you're in the office now all day, as we call it.
Again, Aaron Hicks been a strikeout victim twice in this one. Here's the first pitch to him. A fastball right down the middle for a strike.
So how long was you a patrol cop
now
for
here's
then?
The pitch. And this will be fouled away.
See if you'll chase one.
Looking to send him packing again. Hit back up the middle. In time to first, and there are 2 away.
The batter, shortstop.
The batter.
Gregorius.
Here's Didi Gregorius. 0 for 2
Where's
on
his
the
numbers?
afternoon so far.
10 years patrol.
Into the windup and the pitch. And he gets a piece of it here, but it's chopped foul. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
Well, that shot tells you everything you need to know. He was really a little frustrated tonight. This has been a tough game. They haven't swung the bats well, and they need to start getting some offense going.
And he's got another one. 13 strikeouts now, and the inning is over. So the Yanks go. And Joe Girardi's going to get up off the dugout bench and confer at home plate, so we'll likely see a double switch here. Number 30 is ready, and he'll take the ball from the manager.
Now playing shortstop.
Riding in once again, Addison Russell.
74.
He's doubled and singled in 4 at-bats in this contest. And that pitch catches the inside corner. Ready with the 0-1. Way in front of that fastball.
Fuck.
Driven down the left field line. Will it stay fair? It will. Just to the right of the chalk. A fair ball. The throw into second. But it won't be in time, and it's a leadoff double.
No doubt about it. He was looking fastball all the way there, and that's exactly what he got. Got the barrel out front and just blasted it down the line for an extra base hit. Nobody out, runner in scoring position. Great opportunity here.
Ready now, John Lester. He's been great on the mound, so we'll see if he can do something with the bat here as well. He's earned the chance to take this at bat.
Yeah, man, when a guy's throwing the ball as well as he has, it kind of forces the manager's hand to stay with him. He's been exciting to watch, and he's really had this crowd behind him the entire game.
Digging in once again, number 8. He's working on a 3-hit ball game right now. Ripped on the ground to first.
Shit.
And he'll take this one to the bag for the out, but meanwhile the runner will move up 90 feet to third base.
Up next for the Cubs, third
Digging in, Chris
Here's
Bryant.
the guy. Let's
It's
get
been a
this
nice
out.
game
Here
for
we
him.
go.
3 hits, including a homer to this point. First pitch coming. Here it is. Line drive to left. Gardner is there, and he puts this one away for the third out. So a great job there of work.
This is
Here's
where we
Chase
win the
Headley
game.
starting things
He's
for his
3
side
pitches
in the
away
ninth
from
as they
the
face
win.
the improbable odds of trying to come back in this one.
Yeah, not a lot of hope for them at this point. These guys know these bats still count, at least for their own stats. You can't mill in your chances as a professional.
And the throw pulls the first baseman off
That
the
was
bag, and
a
he's safe at
shit
first.
throw. First
Boy,
bad
this
throw
is an
of the
absolute
day.
gift for them, especially when they've had so much trouble getting anybody on base.
Panic
so now
then.
the leadoff
I knew I'd
hitter is
pressed
aboard
it too
and
long.
might be looking to run. They've got to do whatever they can to get some offense going.
Ronald Torreyes the next to bat. Now a swing and a fly ball. And this will wind up a foul ball. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone.
Look, Matt, this guy's got a great sinker. Here's the key. He's got a runner on first base. This is where you get that ground ball double play. Make him chase that hard sinker and hit it into the dirt and turn one over for you.
And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate. Another 0-2 coming. And a good two-strike swing here as he's been fighting off some tough pitches, but the count will remain at 0-2.
That's probably not what he wants to do with 2 strikes right there with the fastball. He is fortunate he just fouled it off.
Flips it underhand. And they'll get the fielder's choice play at second, but that's all. On to first, but not in time as he beats it out.
This is just a normal one. I just did it for the stream.
Here's Brett Gardner now. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ball game. Here comes the first pitch. Late that time for a strike. Runner at first here, 1 man out. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2. Trying to strike him out for the 3rd time. And he struck out again. That's the 3rd time he's gone down on strikes in this one.
Matt, just about everything he's doing is working. All of his pitches, great command, great location. And the big key, with 2 strikes, he's attacking the zone.
Into the box, Gary Sanchez. This ball will be chopped foul. 2 out with the man at first. Now a swing and a ground ball. This should do it. And with that, I can finally say the 4 words I've had on my mind for what seems like an eternity. This ball game is over. 16-1 the final today. The Cubbies get the win on the heels of 4 home runs.
That's the second man of the game again.
The loss after giving up 6 earned. So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Harold Reynolds, Dan Plesac, and the rest of our crew. This is Matt Vasgersian, and you've been watching a presentation of MLB Network. See you next time.
Where's the state of the baseball season at the minute, Eric? Are we getting? I know we get still quite a way. It's not long been started. I was about halfway through. No, it's because it's Chicago. I'm actually a Chicago Bears fan, and it was the closest to the Bears I could get. So yeah. In this country, they use sticks. That's about as fucking far as we go in this country. Sticks. But I will say this, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. It's a very touchy subject at the minute, obviously. The day that all police are armed in this country is the day that it goes to shit. Believe me. I probably won't be here to see it, but if that day ever happens, believe you me, it's the day this country goes to shit. I ain't kidding you. No matter how bad it gets or as bad as it is, you do not want arming the police in this country. It's lasted many years and done quite okay. I know we're at a fucking very big point in the world today with terrorism and shit, but I'm telling you now, you do not want the police armed in this country. And any youngsters in the room in the early 20s, believe me, you fucking don't want it. I don't think anything will ever come out of it, Timothy. I know that's a bold statement, and I don't like talking politics. It's just men with big bollocks trying to get bigger bollocks. And the bottom line is, then when they fucking come to the shit shove, it's going to end in everybody dead. And no matter how crazy you fucking are as a human being at the top of your country owning shit, you will not push that button. And what a lot of members of the public don't realise, and I think a lot of young people get a bit disillusioned with this, it's, please don't think the lunatic Donald Trump is the man that can say, fuck it, I don't like the twat, I'm going like that. Believe you me, there's a chain longer than 1,000 people that decide that decision. It's not just that lunatic got up, pissed at his wife that morning and think, fuck it, boom. Don't wait like that. Now, as for the other idiot, we know he's a bit of a crackpot, as it was his dad, his uncle and all that lot. But the point is this. The point being, they're still going to die as well, and I don't give a shit what they say. There's no way that'll happen. It will be a very stupid mistake if that day ever comes. Why is it playing music in the menus so I don't get banned?
First pitch is just minutes away from Progressive Field in Cleveland. It's the Blue Jays and the Indians coming up next.
The Blue Jays. This is not me, it's the demo.
Daytime baseball here on MLB Network. A good one on tap for you this afternoon.
See, that's a cool thing as well, look. Just a really clever game, look. You're watching a demo, press this fucking touchpad and you can join the game.
And it comes your way next.
Crazy. It's just a real cracking game, and I'm really pleased I bought this for 20 quid. Definitely. No, they're all over the place, mate. Our nuclear weapons are all over Europe, in submarines and in this country. They're everywhere, mate. They're not just stuck in some bunker somewhere, believe me. Yeah, this is what I like about this game, Eric. Same with all the, like I say on my show very often, the production values of the American versions of games that EA do, the hockey, the American football, this are just so way ahead of FIFA. And I just wish, I think I honestly would be interested in FIFA if it had half the production values that this has. Can you imagine if FIFA went to town like this one does? Like if it had all like I know that they try to do it, but when you witness this game here and watch what it offers you and the actual, like you've just watched me play this game. You've watched me play this game and the feel of as if you're taking part of a real game on the TV is just fantastic. Just a question before I go then, guys. This is the main... No, this isn't the main menu. I'm just going to put the main menu up. I don't want music to start playing. That's why, because I'll get a fucking strike. Right, this thing here then, guys. A quick one before I go. The card thing that I keep mentioning, such as like the thing on FIFA. Is it that? Which mode is it that I want to try? I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to try it tomorrow, I think. Now, there's no World War III coming, Tim. Don't worry yet, mate. It's just big men with big bollocks trying to think they're bigger men. There's too many level-headed people around the world to let it happen. Because, like I say, the bottom line of it all, Tim, we had this when we was young, when we was in our late teens when we was in our late teens, it was all over. It was like the 80s, the Cold War. But the thing, one of you's saying My Locker and one of you's saying Diamond Dynasty. Oh no, the Diamond Dynasty sounds like online, Tim. I don't want to play online, mate. I just want the card game to play on my own. And that looks like it is. Looks, there's cards on that one. Yeah, don't worry about World War III, Tim. We lived with it in the 80s, mate. And it was the same then as it is now. It's big men in suits with big balls thinking they're all the big bollocks, and it won't happen. Because even if logic men prevail, and they want to be that man who pushes the button, let me just say this: if it does happen, it's not going to fucking matter to anybody anyway. Seriously, well, it won't matter to anybody. But the point being, they won't cause war because there's going to be, if they're the ones that stick their arses in a bunker, there's going to be only them people left on the planet. Is that what they want? And don't forget, and this is the big thing not a lot of people ever talk about when they're talking about World War III nuclear bomb shit. Don't forget, when they drop that, living in the bunkers, right? Don't forget the silly fuckers that are in the bunkers that's got to come out and poke their heads up. They've got to live in there, and you can't live in it. So they're basically committing themselves to living in a prison cell for the rest of their lives. Chernobyl cannot be walked upon or lived in for another, I think, 500 years, I think I've heard quoted. And that was a nuclear accident at one factory. So just think about it. If these idiots pull the trigger, they're basically condemning themselves to living in a prison cell for the rest of their lives. Cheers, Tim. Right, guys, I am going to call it a day before this is going to get fucking struck because of music that I've turned down. So, yeah, I'm going to go. It's a really late night, I'm guessing, judging by the time. Don't forget to go and click the like button, guys, if you're still in the room. The likes help. Donation buttons at the bottom. Don't like saying that very often, but it is. I will be streaming. It's Friday tomorrow, isn't it? I will be streaming tomorrow night, round about the same time. Not sure what I'm going to stream tomorrow. Might go back to Steam World Dig. I am toying with the idea of buying Witcher 3 again. I finished Witcher 3 on the PC, and I have been so tempted to get it again on the PS4. I've heard it's in the store for sales this week. I'm going to have a look when I've finished this stream to see what price it is. I've been spending a bit of money lately on games, so I've just got to calm it down a bit. But I'm going to have a look at how much The Witcher 3 is, because I heard on PlayStation Access that it is on sale. So, I will be back tomorrow night. Probably between 7:30 UK time, right up until this kind of time. Midnight, 1 AM, 2 AM. I'm crazy, I do it all that time. So, appreciate you tuning in, guys. It's been really good banter, especially for an American sport. I hope I've enlightened you from a British point of view. I'm not a bad dab hand at it as well, so that's my second only game. I'm looking forward to trying the other stuff, which I'll do privately. Until tomorrow night, guys, I've enjoyed your company. It's been a good chat. Thanks to you all. Good night, boys. Have a good night. Bye.